Running a business and stress can seem to go hand in hand. We all know this as entrepreneurs. In fact, it can be a challenge to run a business to start with, but it also, the additional stress and the time involved can make it challenging to really have much of a focus on maintaining our personal well-being and pay attention to what's happening with our body and with our emotional well-being. Stress can also make it a struggle to focus. It can affect our creativity. It can lead to burnout. And just too often, we don't stop to really consider how this is all in all impacting our overall health and our longevity. So today, I'd like to share with you a strategy that can help you improve both your business and your life in many, many ways. That strategy is meditation. While there are many benefits to a regular meditation practice, today we're going to focus on one of the most significant, and that is its ability to alleviate stress. In fact, meditation can be an incredibly effective antidote to stress. Now, stress is something that we all experience, and it can have a negative impact on our physical and mental well-being. Our primitive stress response, what we know as fight, flight, or freeze, is grounded in the survival instinct that kept our ancestors alive. And while that was useful for escaping physical danger and surviving in life-threatening situations, most of us don't have those as frequently as we would have many, many years ago. So what happens now, while we still have this fight, flight, freeze response, is that it pulls us into a state of constricted awareness. And that makes it ineffective to really think creatively. It makes it challenging to broaden our perspective or expand our awareness or really access our full potential and our purpose. Stress can be beneficial. We call this eustress. And that's when we experience minor stress. And what that does is like motivate or invigorate us. We might feel challenged, but not overwhelmed. So the stress I'm talking about is more of a sustained stress, a chronic stress, the stress we know we don't want. And that can have an adverse effect on our mind and body, which leads to a disruption in the free flow of energy and information within this mind-body system. The disruption leads to negative effects on both our physical and our mental health. And to achieve a higher, healthier, and harmonious life, it's going to be crucial that we understand the process of releasing accumulated stress. I want to invite you to consider what is currently or has stressed you in the past. Something probably popped right to the top of mind for you. And think about how you felt or how you feel now. How is your mind or body affected when you think about this stressful situation? For myself, I've learned that my body gives off signals. It warns me when I'm feeling stressed. My heart will beat more quickly. I might feel a tightening in my chest. With prolonged stress, I even notice more symptoms of my autoimmune challenges. Specifically, for me, my celiac disease manifests as a rash on my skin, and I might notice that I'm starting to get a rash on my hands or elsewhere on my body. And that tells me I'm not been as calm as I'd like to be. There have been other times where I felt chronic or an extremely stressful situation, and then I felt really fatigued. Or even I have experienced depression as a result of chronic, ongoing fatigue and stress. These are road signs. If we think about how our body feels and consider it our inner GPS, you might consider that it's really a warning signal or a road sign that's telling us, be careful and be mindful of your current path, because it's likely not going to lead you toward your desired goals. In fact, physiologically, Stress can lead us to many health challenges as well as emotional. So some of these would be increased heart rate, increased blood pressure that I was talking about. I noticed that, as well as a stress hormone production, which isn't helpful. And then shallow breathing is another way that we experience stress. When we have extreme stress, sometimes it's hard to get that big inhale and exhale. We have to kind of really pay attention and focus on loosening up our chest and our lungs to be able to take that breath in. Other challenges are weakened immunity. Stress really affects our immunity and creates so much inflammation in our bodies. The clotting of blood platelets is also affected. Stress also affects our brain. Have you ever noticed the brain fog accompanies when we really just have so much going on, it's hard to think clearly? It can undermine that area of the brain that feels gratitude, compassion, connection. We're feeling stressed. We're in action here. We are not as likely to be in empathy. Stress and fatigue block the channels through which prana, which is life force energy, it blocks life force energy from flowing. That's not good. And it makes our mind-body system even more, it's really constricted. All of this feels tight, right? When we feel stressed, we feel tight, constricted. It can cause us to be inefficient over time. Long-term chronic stress is a major contributor to very serious health challenges, such as these listed on this slide. But there is good news. Meditation offers us an effective antidote to the harmful effects of stress. Now, think of this as just the opposite of what we were talking about. When we meditate, we induce a state of deep rest. And in that deep rest, meditation allows the body to heal itself by eliminating stress, eliminating fatigue, eliminating toxins. This deep rest also creates a state of restful awareness. And in that restful awareness, we prompt the brain to release neurotransmitters that are linked to various aspects of happiness. The positive physiological changes of meditation included decreased heart rate and decreased inflammation, normalization of blood pressure, deeper breathing, reduced stress hormone production and sweating, strengthen immunity, increased production of anti-aging hormones and the enzyme telomerase. It also leads to better sleep. That all sounds good. So our prefrontal cortex, the most evolved part of the brain, also becomes more active during meditation. Our prefrontal cortex is more active, which awaken gratitude, compassion, connection. And as entrepreneurs, we all want to be more effective and productive. The deep rest gained through meditation releases us from our constricted state, drawing us into one of expanded awareness. And from there, we can experience creativity, calm, vitality, joy, and purpose. Over the past dozen years, I have been meditating for probably 12 to 15 years. Originally, it was on and off, and I would notice I would get into habits of meditating for months, and then something would happen in my schedule, and I would just get off, and I would mean to get there, and then I would forget to get there, and then pretty soon I would realize my life feels so hectic. I would realize I was missing meditation. I was missing those benefits. Now, the past few years, I've been far more consistent. And it's been a really important factor in keeping my autoimmune disease under control and my health and happiness at the forefront. In fact, I would say meditation is delicious. It is delicious. When you get into that habit, especially for us, speakers, consultants, I know you guys are on the go, traveling, going. Meditation, especially twice daily meditation, gives us the opportunity to sit down, to reconnect to who we truly be at our core, to bring that back with us into our busy days. Your audiences, your clients, your family, and you yourself will thank you for learning more. And if you already are a meditator, you know what I'm talking about. If you're ready to kick stress to the curb, email me, info@thedentalspeaker.com with the subject line, Namaste, stress-free, in the subject line. And I'll send you some information that will guide you to the programs we have to help you learn more about cultivating a thriving meditation practice. Don't wait. You can experience the positive changes that meditation can bring into your life and business today. Be well.